All right, so here we go. We have another cubic. This time our cubic is going the opposite direction. But again, we still have 2 points that we can figure out. So it looks like at this first point 1, and then also at 3, we're going to have, it's going to be crossing that axis. Because again, that's going to be our point of zero slope. These are positives. These are negatives. All right, so what else do we know? Well, it looks like this point here might be our point of inflection. And so that's going to be what? Well, guess what? This time we're on an increasing thing. So that means it's going to be our highest point. The last time, if we remember right, we were on a negative slope. So that means it's going to be our lowest point. This time it's going to be on an increasing, so that's going to be our highest point. So our highest point, again, I don't know what the graph is, so we don't know how to do it. So it's going to look something like that. Now, what do we know? Well, we know that this is decreasing, so it's going to be negative, and it's the steepest negative here, and then it gets closer and closer to 0 as we get closer to 1. So it's going to be really negative down here, and it's going to go up with my really nice drawn line until we hit there. And then at that point, it's going to go, it's concave up, now it's concave down, and we go through that point of inflection. So we're going to the highest point, and then we're going back down to 0. And so that means we're kind of just going to go up, hit our highest point, come back down to 0. And now again, we're decreasing and we're getting steeper and steeper as we go down. So it's going to become more and more negative. And again, general shape is what we're looking for here. If we really want specifics, we can actually graph it and get a pretty graph. But right now, this is what we're looking for. Okay, so that's how we would do that one. All right, so before I talked about, we have a quadratic. Again, this is f of x. And what we're plotting is our slope graph, which is f prime of x. And so again, here's our slope, here's our positives, here's our negatives. So it looks like at this point here, we're going to have a 0. So that looks to be about what, 2 lines in. So 2 lines in, we're going to have a 0. And here it looks like we have a very steep negative, so that's going to be in the negative side until we get to here a 0. And then it's going to be gradually getting bigger, and it's going to go up over here and get positive. And so what's going to happen is the way that's going to look, and again, it's just a rough estimate, it's going to come up here, and this is a straight line, by the way, and it's going to look something like that. So that's what it's going to be. The key point is we know it's going to go through that point, and it's going to be a line coming down. This is the quadratic. You take a derivative of quadratic, we get a linear, and so that's going to be our linear equation. So again, if we knew what the equation of this was, then we could easily get the equation of this, and we could draw that, and that would be our answer. So that would be how it would work. All right, so let's stop there, and we'll come back to some more.